I am begging you, LeBron, from one father to another, you need to shut this down. End it now. Let's be real for a second. The entire world knows the only reason Bronny James is suiting up in the NBA is his last name. But the backlash has gone way beyond Stephen A. Smith's rants. Rumor has it that inside the locker room, superstars like Luka Dončić and Austin Reaves were allegedly cracking jokes at the rookie's expense. What started as trash talk reportedly turned personal. When LeBron caught wind of the disrespect, things went nuclear. We aren't talking about a simple sit down to hash it out. We're talking about burning bridges. Before we dive into the drama, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a beat. Now, let's trace this back to the start. Bronny walked into the league carrying a burden that very few rookies could ever handle. Drafted 55th overall in 2024, he made history as the first guy to ever play alongside his dad. That happened when the Lakers took on Minnesota on October 22nd, 2024. That historic shift, it lasted exactly 2 minutes and 41 seconds. In that time, Bronny pulled down one board and put up a goose egg in the scoring column. The numbers are brutally honest. Throughout his rookie campaign, he averaged just 2.3 points, 0.8 assists, and 0.5 rebounds across 27 games. He was shooting 36.6% from the floor. Year 2, more of the same. He is still stuck around 2.3 points per game in garbage time, showing flashes of efficiency before immediately sliding back into a slump. It is his shooting that really set off the alarm bells. During a rough patch in the Summer League, the kid went 0 for 15 from downtown in his first 4 outings. That cold streak followed him into the regular season, where he struggled to crack the 25 to 30% mark from deep on barely any attempts. Now, to be fair, the defensive metrics told a much better story. His lateral footwork and instincts allowed him to lock up multiple positions. When he actually got real playing time, his defensive rating was solid, especially during his G League stints, where he was snatching nearly 1 steal every single game. But in today's NBA, you cannot survive on defense alone. You need spacing. You need 5 shooters on the floor. When Bronny parked himself in the corner, scared to shoot, defenders just abandoned him to double-team heavy hitters like LeBron and Luka. The wildest part? The pressure was boiling over before he even signed a contract. LeBron's public obsession with playing with his son set a bar that Bronny never asked to clear. Back in March 2023, LeBron tweeted, "Man, Bronny is definitely better than some of these cats I've been watching on League Pass today." It's honestly hilarious. That comment didn't just turn heads, it invited the nepotism police to kick down the door. When franchises realized drafting the kid might lure the king, the daddy's boy narrative exploded. The Lakers front office was grilled on whether pick 55 was a basketball decision or just a desperate move to keep LeBron happy. Enter Stephen A. Smith, who quickly became the voice of the opposition. If you enjoy raw, unfiltered sports takes, smash that like button right now. His rant on First Take in January 2025 broke the internet. "I am pleading with LeBron James as a father. Stop this. Just stop. We all know Bronny is only in the Powerty League because of his pops. Smith wasn't attacking the kid's heart. He was questioning LeBron's decision to throw his son to the Wolves too early. We love seeing him in the G League," Smith argued, "because that is where you belong while you grind, sharpen your tools, and actually earn your spot, which I truly believe he can do. I'm rooting for the kid. You'd have to be cruel to root against him. He's a great young man. I want him to succeed, but right now, he is just LeBron's son." And the stats backed up the harsh words. Smith highlighted Bronny's averages of 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds in the early going. Bronny James is sitting there with 0.3 points, 0.3 assists, and 0.4 rebounds. Do you realize what the streets are saying? Do you know what they are going to do to this young man? In 13 games, he has logged 44 minutes. He has 4 total points. He is shooting 1 for 16 from the field, 0 for 7 from three-point land. How is this helping him? Smith was aiming at LeBron, but the crowd didn't care about the nuance. The spotlight burned hotter. Charles Barkley slammed the Lakers, calling the whole circus awful and a bad look. He insisted. Bronny wasn't NBA ready and needed to cook in the G League full time. Then Jaylen Brown was caught in 4K, courtside, whispering, "I don't think Bronny is a pro." He tried to clean it up later on social media, praising the kid's potential, but he didn't take back the part about him not being ready yet. Even retired players joined the pile-on. DeMarcus Cousins said, "The draft pick proved the Lakers aren't serious about winning titles anymore." Kwame Brown called Bronny soft, claiming he has zero confidence and couldn't hit a three to save his life. The hate wasn't just on TV, it bled onto the court. Bronny finally got his moment in Cleveland, scoring his first bucket, a layup in his dad's hometown. LeBron tried to spin it, saying, "My sense is he handles it better than I would have." But with 20,000 fans screaming his name, the pressure remains undefeated. Imagine stepping onto the court with the weight of the greatest legacy in basketball history on your shoulders. LeBron James admits that if the roles were reversed, he might not have survived the pressure. He praises his son's mental fortitude, noting the incredible composure Bronny maintains not just in the arena, but in navigating life under a microscope. LeBron sees clearly what the rest of us sometimes forget: the unique fire his son is walking through. While LeBron's rookie year was defined by performance expectations, Bronny's burden is entirely different. It is a battle against the bloodline narrative, and the Summer League did him no favors. It exposed the cracks in his game. In a rough outing against San Antonio, Bronny shot a dismal 1 for 5 and coughed up 3 turnovers. It got ugly. He airballed a layup that should have been automatic, whiffed on an open 3, and lost the handle while driving the lane. The crowd showed no mercy. The whispers turned into shouts, "He's not ready." Then came the Dallas matchup featuring a missed potential game winner with under 4 seconds on the clock. Bronny finished with just 8 points on terrible efficiency and was completely outplayed. On the defensive end by Cooper Flagg, social media went nuclear. The verdict? LeBron's kid doesn't have the clutch gene. Then came the preseason debut alongside his dad against Phoenix, and the gap in skill was glaring. Bronny logged 13 minutes and put up a stat line of 0 points, just 2 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 turnovers. Meanwhile, LeBron casually dropped 19 points on 8 for 12 shooting in just 16 minutes. The contrast became the main headline. In one Lakers loss, the father-son duo combined for 8 turnovers, 4 apiece. The internet ran with it, claiming Bronny was dragging the king down with him. The memes were relentless. By November, even head coach JJ Redick couldn't hide his frustration. Cameras caught both Redick and teammate Luka Dončić screaming at Bronny for passing up open shots. Before we dive deeper into this roster drama, make sure to smash that like button if you're loving the coverage. Now, this Lakers squad is a true family affair, but the stakes are high. You have heavy hitters on the floor, yet when the clock winds down to 5 seconds, the tension spikes. The offense relies on spacing, and defenses are cheating off Bronny to double-team the stars. Tonight marked his 13th straight start since Kevin Porter Jr. was sidelined with an injury. Luka is in deep, kicking it to the corner, trusting Bronny to make a play. Tonight, Bronny is in the starting 5, seeing plenty of action. But as Reed drives down the middle, that persistent issue rears its head. The hesitation. It is killing the flow and driving coaches crazy. Bronny identifies himself as a defensive specialist, which creates a logic trap. It explains his low scoring, but destroys the offense when the lineup needs points. After a game against the Spurs, Bronny told the press, "Defensively, that is where I want to make my mark. Look at our roster. We have scorers. We have Luka Dončić, LeBron James, and Austin Reaves. Those guys are walking buckets. They don't need me to score. They need guys like me, Vando, and Jake LaRavia to lock people down." Tactically, he is not wrong. The Lakers system is built around the superstars, but when Bronny refuses to shoot clean looks, it cramps the floor and kills the rhythm. You could see the annoyance on Luka's face in multiple games. After back-to-back plays where Bronny refused to let it fly, Luka looked visibly fed up. These weren't personal attacks. They were the reactions of a competitor who demands perfection, but every grimace from a teammate fueled the online narrative. Bronny was under the microscope, and he couldn't hide. Even a good game was quickly forgotten the moment he struggled again. On February 11th against the Spurs, he posted 12 points, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, and a block in 25 minutes. Coach Redick praised him, highlighting his confidence-building plays like blocking Kelly Olynyk and finally hitting those threes. But just 2 days later against Dallas, he was back to playing garbage minutes in a blowout loss. Inconsistency is the story of his rookie year. Sure, his G League stints showed flashes 12 points and 6 assists against the Clippers, and a career-high 31 points in another contest, but his NBA minutes remained scarce. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on this saga. The criticism intensified with his contract, a 4-year, $7.9 million deal, which many saw as excessive for a 55th pick. The structure of the deal screamed preferential treatment. Most late picks get minimum deals with zero guarantees. Bronny got financial security. The nepotism claims stung because they held water. Would he have been drafted at all without the name James on his jersey? The honest answer is uncomfortable. His stats at USC, 4.8 points per game on 36.6%. Shooting did not scream NBA ready. Plus, his recovery from that terrifying cardiac arrest in 2023 made evaluations tricky. The health scare undoubtedly slowed his development. Some critics argued he needed another year in college, while others said he never should have entered the draft. So, how does the King feel about watching this unfold? Is it satisfying to see the growth? Watching his growth, honestly, it has been great to see. He is still so young, LeBron shared. He just turned 21 not too long ago. He is learning, getting better with every single rep. I think he is enjoying the process, but you would have to ask him that yourself. LeBron's perspective is all about patience, but Bronny's path is miles away from the typical rookie experience. The pressure, the cameras, and the expectations have built a wall of obstacles that only he can climb. The question remains, can he silence the noise? Can Bronny rise above the shadows to prove he belongs? Or will he become a cautionary tale of forcing destiny before it's time? But right now, all eyes are on the new holy trinity: Dončić, Reaves, and James. The blockbuster swap moving Luka from Dallas to LA flipped the script for the entire Lakers organization. When LeBron first heard the news, he literally thought he was being punked, a total hoax. Sending Anthony Davis packing wasn't just a trade. It was an earthquake that completely reset the franchise's compass. LeBron knows greatness. He has the accolades to prove it. So his advice to the incoming superstar was simple: just be you. That initial chat set the vibe. James's message to Dončić was profound. Don't try to blend in, stand out. When the media asked about his debut in purple and gold, Luka admitted the jitters were real. He said, "I haven't been that nervous in ages, but the second I stepped on the hardwood, pure fun. Being back out there felt incredible." King James made sure Luka felt at home instantly. And before we get to the hierarchy shift, smash that like button if you're loving this duo. The biggest sign of respect, LeBron let Luka take the final spot in player introductions, a massive statement about who holds the keys now. Luka revealed. He texted me that morning saying, "It's whatever you want." Coming from him, that's just unreal. It shows his true character. He stepped back to let me have my moment, and I seriously respect that. Since that trade went down in February, the partnership has completely transformed the team's identity. LeBron's public comments make it crystal clear he is building around Luka's timeline, not his own clock. This is a huge pivot from James's history, where he was always the sun that the rest of the roster orbited around. Back in January, LeBron told reporters, "Luka doesn't need to change for us. He is the 26-year-old face of this franchise. He doesn't bend. It is on us to bend our game around him and make it work." That quote marked a major turning. LeBron explicitly acknowledged the new pecking order. He wasn't asking teammates to adjust to his preferences anymore. He was the one adapting to a younger superstar system. By February 2020, LeBron broke it down further in an interview. "I just love everything about his game. Everything. The way he plays reminds me so much of how I play." He highlighted Dončić's versatility and high basketball IQ. This wasn't just game recognizing game. These weren't calculated PR stunts. LeBron has genuinely enjoyed watching Luka work for years. The admiration comes from a shared philosophy: controlling the pace, elite court vision, and elevating everyone around them. Way back in November 2023, James predicted Luka would control his own destiny in the history books. That comment turned out to be a prophecy. The trade itself, however, caught LeBron completely off guard. As I mentioned, he initially thought the internet was lying to him. While rumors swirl that he orchestrated it, insiders suggest he was actually stunned that AD was the price tag. Immediately following the February 2nd, 2025 deadline, James confessed, "Luka has been my favorite player for a while. I've always tried to play the right way and inspire the next generation, and he is that generation. Now we are teammates, and the transition is going to be seamless." Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more updates on this super team. The press asked, how does having a young savant like Luka impact your decision-making moving forward? Does this change how long you plan to stay in the league? LeBron clarified, you mean regarding my retirement timeline? Zero impact on the length, but the motivation to suit up next to him every night, that is through the roof. This partnership isn't about extending LeBron's career, it's about maximizing the magic while they share the floor. After beating their former teams, James praised Luka's growth. And let's not forget Austin Reaves fitting into this puzzle. LeBron called it from his first practice in October 2021. He is an N Bachelor of Arts player, period. I watched the film. Size, shot making, passing, he's a high IQ kid with a whole lot of dog in him. The chemistry is obvious. Reaves joked about the post-game texts he expects from the stars. Luka is probably going to tell me I suck because I missed like 14 shots, Reaves laughed. That banter shows the comfort level. It's a brotherhood, not just a workplace. When Reaves dropped 51 points in October, LeBron tweeted, 50-piece nugget, that boy AR2 is tough. He added, damn, we almost had back-to-back 50 balls. That Dončić backcourt is scary. Reaves evolved from a die-hard Kobe fan who hated LeBron to calling him the greatest ever. That shift happened in the daily grind. So, tell me, how do you feel when Luka runs the point? Tactical masterclass or a simple pick and roll? The question isn't just about getting two defenders to commit. It is about whether Austin acts as the primary screener to confuse that third defender. This is the chess match we are watching. It is the new standard. King James recently decoded the mechanics of this trio, revealing a level of strategic depth that is truly frightening for opponents. By pairing his own high IQ playmaking with Dončić, they force defenses into impossible mismatches. But this connection goes deeper than X's and O's. Reaves highlighted LeBron's unshakable optimism. In a league where superstars often have the license to be moody, James refuses to bring negative energy to the facility, a trait that sets the tone. As LeBron put it, you need players who can physically dominate, playing that heavy bully ball style while simultaneously possessing the cerebral capacity to outsmart the opposition for the team's benefit. That unique blend is exactly why he has maintained his dominance at the summit of the sport for as long as he has. The King's philosophy is built on sacrifice. When the alpha dog bypasses personal glory to make the correct read, the rest of the squad falls in line. However, passing the torch isn't always smooth. Rumors suggest James has had moments of frustration as the franchise pivots its future toward the Dončić and Reaves timeline. The generational gap between LeBron and Luka naturally creates friction, yet publicly, James shuts down the drama. Back in November, he addressed the chemistry questions, insisting, I won't let this become a me versus Luka narrative. It takes the starting five and the 7 guys on the bench. We win as a unit. Currently, the Lakers hold a record of 33-21, a miracle considering the 46 combined games missed by their big three. When that trio is active, they are a nightmare. You have James dropping 22 a night, Dončić orchestrating the offense, and Reaves adding 18-plus points in key spots to create a perfectly balanced assault. This hierarchy creates an interesting backdrop for where the newest James family member fits into the rotation. The dynamic between Luka and Bronny is particularly fascinating. Dončić's evaluation of the rookie blends veteran support with brutal honesty. The Slovenian phenom loves Bronny's defensive hustle but hasn't hidden his annoyance. When the rookie's offensive hesitation stalls the team's momentum. Following a massive win over Miami in November 2025, where Bronny logged 18 solid minutes, Luka was quick to hype him up, he shined in the clutch. Rookies never know when their name will be called. He stayed ready, and that reliability means everything to us. He stepped up at the Day King, perfect time. His defense was elite today, which is exactly what we need from him. Dončić went as far as comparing Bronny to defensive ace Marcus Smart. The impact is undeniable. I have battled against Smart for years. He is a pest on defense. Knowing how annoying that is for opponents, I am just glad Bronny is on our side. That level of validation is huge. Comparing a rookie to a former defensive player of the year shows massive respect for his grit. However, the offensive side of the floor is where the friction lies. Cameras have caught multiple instances of Luka's visible irritation regarding Bronny's refusal to let it fly. In games across November and February, clips went viral showing Dončić upset, after the rookie passed up wide open shots on back-to-back plays. It wasn't just Luka. Coach Redick voiced similar concerns. This reveals a team-wide issue. Bronny's fear of missing is killing the floor spacing. Luka's reaction stems from his obsession with winning. In tight games, a hesitant player in the corner becomes a liability, no matter how good his defense is. If you're enjoying this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button. Luka's view remains constructive. He views Bronny as a defensive asset who simply needs to unlock his offensive confidence. These expectations must be realistic given his draft slot. You cannot expect a late second-round pick to be an instant scorer. In private moments caught on hot mics, Dončić has been heard telling teammates he will get there. He just needs belief. This behind-the-scenes mentorship paints a different picture than the viral clips of frustration suggest. Meanwhile, Austin, Reaves adopts a different mentorship style. As a former undrafted player who clawed his way into the league, Reaves displays immense patience and empathy for Bronny's grind. During the October 2025 training camp, Reaves gave Bronny a major confidence boost, telling him, "You have been one of the most consistent players on the court. Keep that up." This endorsement is significant because Reaves is not one for empty compliments. He sees the work Bronny puts in when the media lights are off. Following that standout performance against Miami, Reaves doubled down on his support. I thought he was excellent. He gave us quality minutes, locked in defensively, and made the smart reads. On offense, the more experience he gets, the sharper he will become. We desperately needed his energy tonight. I can't wait to see his growth. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates on this developing chemistry, especially that lob threat. That showdown in Miami gave us an absolute gem of a headline, folks. Austin Reaves, never one to miss a beat, quipped that he must be the only guy in the league's history to toss alley-oops to both a father and his son. That kind of humor is classic, Reaves finding the fun in the grind. But connecting on those lobs with both kings, that is special. And honestly, Reaves having the rookie's back does more than just make us laugh. It helps the youngster settle in. It tells the locker room that Bronny is a legitimate piece of the puzzle, not just a passenger on his dad's train. You see a real balance there. Dončić demands perfection, while Reaves brings that steady encouragement. One pushes him through the fire, the other keeps his head up, and we saw flashes of it against the Spurs. Bronny clocked serious minutes due to a short bench and put up 12 points along with 6 dimes and some gritty defense. It proved he can hoop when the leash is off, but finding that rhythm every night, that is the tricky part. 2 days later, he barely saw the floor in a blowout. That yo-yo effect between highlight reels and bench warming duties is just part of the rookie learning curve. Both Dončić and Reaves get it. They shift gears based on the game flow. When the kid sticks to his role, cutting hard, defending, moving the rock, the vets love him. It is only when he tries to do too much that the tension rises. Right now, the Stars view him as a project worth investing in. Plenty of potential, but he has got to respect the standard. Before we dive into LeBron's reaction, smash that like button if you think Bronny deserves more minutes. Now, watching Bronny navigate the impossible shadow of his father is wild. And LeBron? He is defending his cub with a mix of dad energy and the savvy of a 23-year veteran who knows exactly how to play the media game. He protects the kid while strategically explaining the unique hurdles he faces. The Kings' entire defense is built on one massive claim. Bronny handles the heat way better than LeBron did at that age. You hear this theme constantly in his interviews. Back in July 2024, fresh off the draft, LeBron told ESPN straight up, people do not get his son. He said, Bronny doesn't care. Me, I cared a little. When I was a rookie, I wanted the world to like me. The noise got to me early on. But Bronny? LeBron insists he simply does not give a damn. He ignores the haters completely. He is the chillest guy in the room, basically the total opposite of his old man. That contrast is a brilliant PR move, by the way. It paints the rookie as mentally bulletproof, tougher than the greatest of all time was at 18. It signals that the critics are wasting their breath while subtly reminding everyone that even the king had doubters in the beginning. LeBron admitted, my gut tells me he is better equipped than I would have been. Imagine 20,000 fans screaming your name, demanding you check in. LeBron confessed he isn't sure he could have handled that specific type of pressure. After Bronny's debut back in Cleveland, LeBron doubled down on that sentiment. The composure the kid showed, it genuinely impressed his dad because he knows how heavy that jersey feels. Fast forward to January 2025, and LeBron broke it down further on the New Heights podcast with the Kelsey brothers. He kept it real. Bronny does not need to dribble a basketball. The family is set. He could go run the business empire if he wanted. LeBron would teach him the ropes tomorrow. But the kid said, no, this is my dream. This is my grind. That story shuts down the lazy nepotism talk immediately. Bronny is not here for a paycheck. He is here because he wants to compete. He wasn't forced into the paint. He chose the sweat. LeBron pointed out the difference in eras too. I didn't have social media trolls lurking when I was growing up. Bronny faces all of that daily. LeBron says if you actually met the kid, you would feel foolish for rooting against him. He believes that toxic environment is only forging armor that will make Bronny greater in the long run. It frames the narrative perfectly. LeBron battled expectations, but Bronny is battling the entire internet, plus the legacy. However, Papa Bear's protection has limits, and sometimes it gets heated. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more locker room scoops. Now, let's talk about that March 2025 clash with Stephen A. Smith. The pundit had been loud about LeBron needing to stop exposing his son, and apparently, he crossed the line. Smith spilled the tea on First Take, revealing that LeBron actually walked up on him unexpectedly to check him about his commentary regarding the rookie. For Smith, there was a distinction. He was questioning LeBron's strategy, not attacking Bronny's heart. But LeBron, he just heard an attack on his blood and reacted with raw emotion. Smith later asked why they couldn't handle it man-to-man in private, but the public spectacle just poured more gasoline on the fire. Things got heated. And not just on the court. The King recently lost his cool with Kendrick Perkins. The former teammate turned analyst reportedly struck a nerve with his brutally honest take on Bronny's draft stock. Big Perk spilled the tea on a podcast, admitting Bron got heated with me because we kept it real about Bronny in the draft process. This falling out highlights just how thin the ice is regarding LeBron's family. Even constructive feedback from old friends can trigger a defensive war. But the narrative flipped when Bronny dropped a 17-point masterclass against Milwaukee in March 2025. You could see the relief on LeBron's face. That performance was so undeniable, it forced Stephen A. Smith to eat humble pie on First Take, admitting, I might have been wrong. The kid looked like he belonged in the league. LeBron didn't take a victory lap online, but that game vindicated his long game strategy. Bronny's upward swing proved that patience pays off. He is not living under my roof anymore, so we don't talk every single day, LeBron joked. He has his own crib now. I can't just hover, but honestly, he is doing great. This shift in dynamic reinforces that Bronny is steering his own ship now. We are moving away from the idea of LeBron micromanaging the career to Bronny calling the shots. It is a delicate balance of fatherly support and letting the young man touch the stove. LeBron is refusing to be a shield. He knows the fire is what hardens the steel. Let's be real, LeBron never promised us a superstar. He sold us on a grinder with a role player mentality. This measured approach highlights Bronny's ceiling while applauding his hustle. He framed his son as a blue-collar worker, not a chosen one. It creates a poetic parallel to the King's own rookie year. LeBron battled critics who said he would never win the big one. He silenced them with rings. Bronny's critics say he doesn't belong on the floor. His rebuttal has to be consistent growth. The real verdict won't land until LeBron hangs up his sneakers or leaves LA for. Now Bronny has the ultimate cheat code, his dad's blueprint for handling the media circus, but we have to talk about the nepotism debate and the path ahead. If you're enjoying this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button. The nepotism saga is the main character in Bronny's story. Did he snatch that roster spot on merit, or did the King's influence open a door that was welded shut for everyone else? The evidence supports both sides. Bronny's college numbers, 4.8 points a game at USC on 36% shooting, didn't exactly scream lottery pick. But remember, his recovery from cardiac arrest put a massive cap on his season. Traditional. Scouts argued he needed more time in the oven. However, look at the history of late second-round picks. Guys drafted 50th or 60th usually rot on the bench or wash out. Bronny's defensive upside and high IQ actually fit the mold of a developmental project perfectly. The controversy really exploded over the 4-year, $7.9 million contract. That changed the math. Most guys drafted that low are fighting for scraps on two-way deals. Bronny getting that level of security is unheard of for pick 55. Critics slam this as the LeBron tax proof that the Lakers broke the bank just to keep their superstar happy and sell the father-son soap opera. Before we get into how social media reacted, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Comparisons to other Nepo babies like Arch Manning or Shadur Sanders started flying. It is the curse of the second generation. You face double the scrutiny and constant accusations of unearned access. And don't think Bronny is deaf to the noise. In a Raw interview with The Athletic in March 2025, he addressed the heavy weight on his shoulders. I see every comment. People treat me like a robot, like I don't bleed or have emotions. The interviewer noted, "You play the game the right way. It has been your trademark since high school. I know that discipline comes from pops, but everyone in the James household plays pure ball. Talk about that standard. And word is, you are the first one in the facility. People say you are clocking in 40 minutes before start time. Teammates and staff have vouched for this insane work ethic. He shows up early, leaves late, and treats his development like a job. The sweat equity won't erase the nepotism claims, but it proves his commitment is genuine." With all that swirling, does the hate fuel you? Especially after your dad said he wanted to play with you, and people claim teams would only draft you as bait to land LeBron? Does that noise motivate you to prove you are more than just a package deal? Absolutely, Bronny replied without hesitation. That is the fuel. Finding a way to get my own respect is the goal. That is one of the biggest motivational factors I lean on, including all the negativity and the hate I receive. It drives me. That honest admission proved his maturity. Bronny is smart enough to know the game is rigged in his favor, but he has the confidence to believe his skill can keep him at the table. Looking ahead, Bronny's only way to escape the nepotism baby label. Staying power is the name of the game in this league. Late round sleepers who carve out a niche earn their respect through sheer longevity and steady production. If Bronny evolves into that lethal 3-and-D asset, locking up multiple spots while sinking those corner triples, the headlines change fast. Role players who impact winning basketball silence the critics with numbers. The defensive DNA is already there. Comparisons to Marcus Smart and Bronny's ability to body up larger wings showcase his ceiling. As the offense ticks up a notch, real rotation minutes will come. The Lakers retooling around Dončić, and Reaves actually plays into Bronny's hands. Lowered expectations create a safe pocket for growth. Without the weight to instantly fuel a title chase, Bronny can develop at his own speed. The G League is his training ground. His breakout showings for South Bay, including that massive 31-point explosion, prove he can handle business. Bouncing between leagues lets him sharpen his tools without the nightly NBA pressure cooker, but team chemistry will dictate Bronny's long-term fate. If LeBron hangs it up or moves on, Bronny loses his shield but gains his freedom. The nepotism chatter dies down when dad isn't in the locker room. How Dončić and Reaves treat Bronny as a bona fide squad member is key. Their willingness to trust him in the clutch shows he's part of the brotherhood, not just a name. The franchise's loyalty faces a test when contracts come up. When Bronny's rookie deal runs out, does he get the extension on merit, or is the King's shadow still calling the shots? We don't have the verdict yet. Bronny's sophomore campaign rolls on. The Lakers stay in the hunt despite the injury bug. Bronny executes when his number is called. His poise through the pressure of these first two seasons screams maturity. No excuses, no clapping back at haters, just work. By the way, smash that like button if you respect the grind. What is it like watching your kid hit their goals? It is hands down the best feeling on earth. You know, kids have these massive dreams when they are super young, and as a parent, your only job is to put them in a spot where maybe, just maybe, that fantasy becomes real life if they want it bad enough. LeBron's pure happiness watching Bronny chase greatness highlights the human side we miss in the nepotism debates. It is just a dad rooting for his boy. Whether that opens doors unfairly is a different conversation from the love. The Lakers' experiment with the James legacy presses on. With Dončić steering the ship and Reaves bringing the secondary punch, LeBron mentors while he can, leaving Bronny to grind in the background, proving he belongs. That nepotism label will shadow Bronny forever. Only undeniable stats over the years will mute the noise. For now, he is chipping away at it. One practice, one game, one lockdown possession at a time. The script is not finished. Bronny's legacy is still under construction. If you dug this breakdown, make sure to hit subscribe and check out the videos on your screen for more NBA deep dives.